Sometimes life is referred to as the rat race. And so you can imagine a rat moving through a maze frantically trying to reach the end so that it can receive the piece of cheese or receive the reward. And so sometimes we view life, or life can feel like this rat race, this frantic struggle to navigate all the twists and turns of life in the hopes that we'll reach the rewards that we want to get. And sometimes viewing life as a rat race can cause us to have a little bit of tunnel vision. We're singularly focused on our path and how we can reach the reward that we want. And so life becomes this just frantic struggle to get the things that we want. But God paints a very different picture of life. And so God speaks through Paul in Philippians chapter 2, and Paul says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility consider others as more important than yourselves. Everyone should look not to his own interest, but rather to the interest of others." And then Paul goes on to say also that we should adopt the same attitude as that of Christ Jesus. And Paul goes on to elaborate on how Jesus had the attitude of a servant. And so Paul tells us not to be selfish, that we are to think of others, that we shouldn't have tunnel vision in our lives and be so singularly focused on the things that we want and the rewards that we might get, that we ought to have a broader view of the people around us and how we can serve them and look out for their interests. This isn't to say that we aren't important and that we're not valuable. It's just simply to say we should be looking out for each other. And then perhaps more importantly, Paul says we ought to have the attitude of Jesus. Jesus had the attitude of a servant. Jesus is important, right? If there's anyone who's more deserving, there isn't anyone who's more deserving of being thought of as important, right? He is Jesus, God's Son. However, he still came and took on the life of a servant, and we ought to have that same attitude. Not reaching and trying to grab for importance in life, but we should think of others and seek to serve others. And so step out of the rat race and find joy and purpose in serving others and adopting the lifestyle of Jesus. Have a blessed day.